Why, hello. Well, hello, everybody. It has been a while. I am excited here to be with you, all back here to do some programming. Actually, realized my music was still playing in my ear. Drekken, producer of Probots here, but I'm hosting Assembly. SC2 AI, StarCraft 2 AI Assembly. And this is where we do mob programming live to build a bot, a group project. And so you might be saying to yourself, Reckon, what is mob programming and what is assembly? What are we doing here? I say to you, my inquisitive person, what we are doing here, mob programming, it's similar to pair programming. And what that means is you have a driver and a navigator. And in this case, the mob, if you've never heard of pair programming, it's a collaborative effort to put together code, normally in the coding world. In this case, you have a driver who focuses on implementing the code, focuses on the detail, and navigator who keeps an eye on the big picture of the coding, doesn't do any backseat driving or coding, and instead helps kind of direct to make sure we're covering the major goals and in the right direction, and while the driver implements it. In this case, we have the mob. The mob is the general group that can advise and do code review and help solve a problem. The goal is to work on these problems together, as opposed to separately. Kind of big benefits of that is shared code ownership. Shared code versus code ownership, where in code ownership it's like if you have multiple people in a group working on individual sections, you kind of have to know, especially if it gets wildly and out of, you have to kind of know what the other person's doing so you understand what the code is. And if you need to get changes, you might need them to respond. So if we were building a bot together, let's say we're building a bot together and I'm like, I'm going to work on this thing and you're going to work on that thing, then I wouldn't know what your code is, or I'd need you to brief me on that code. And so this kind of gives like a shared code. It's not mine and it's not yours, it's ours. And that's what we're going for here. And the purpose of ours is to build a bot. We're building a bot together. And the criteria for our purposes is this bot must be open source. So whatever projects we build here in Assembly must be available for the main community to use. So it's something that we build together and give back somehow to the general bot making community, that they all can operate and take and use. The purpose of these microbots we're working on will be if people want to take them apart and see what we did and maybe use it in their own bots, take out code or figure it out. So documentation probably is really important. And I admit I'm a little weak in that. So you people in the mob will help me. Now, I'm still, so the back to the areas, there's a driver, navigator, and a mob. I'm still roping in. I need to actually rope in a navigator to join me here on these Mondays. If you are in the Probots membership, if you're in the Probots membership and you're listening to this right now, you actually should be in here with me in Discord. Go to Discord and jump in here, and we'll switch. Every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, we'll switch between driver and navigator. I don't have to be the driver all the time. Actually, I don't want to be the driver all the time. But right now, we're still kind of getting this kicked off the ground. And we'll switch every 10 minutes. It's okay. I know it can be like a little bit like, oh man, what if my coding's not good? What if I don't know Python or whatever? We're working on it together. It's a group thing. The rules are be kind to each other, right? And this is the rule all over anything in Probots, is be kind. So, there's no laughing, no making fun of people in this. So if you're one of our members, actually, I'll put the little exclamation mark join, and hopefully that works. For one of our members, you join in here. We'll switch every 10 minutes between driver and navigator. The rest of you, if you're not, that's okay. You're here in the chat. You are part of the mob, and your job is to advise and to help us get through solutions. And so, if you are in our Discord, you can, if you're a member, jump in, head into Discord. I'm in the assembly channel. Jump in and we'll rotate. And that's what we'll do. But if not, you guys stay in the mob. Let's jump into it. Now, this is day 5 of this bot, and this is another part of it. You remember we're working on the Angler bot. And and we kind of left it in a state. I want to say, if you guys have been with me, you know my rule. I hate leaving our projects undone. And I think I ran out of time last time because we kind of a hard stop. It's exhausting. We had a hard stop, and I think we ran out of time. And this is probably one of my pet peeves. I hate closing my project when it's broken, because then I have to figure out what went wrong, and we're going to spend time figuring out what went wrong and then try to undo what went wrong and then start fresh or where we are. So you can see our first objective is to separate stalkers into range groups. So I think that's where we stopped, and so we have to continue where it is. Normally, when our bot's on the ladder, when this bot goes on the ladder, and just in case you don't know, I'll give you a bit of an idea what's going to happen. This bot is going to go on the AI Arena micro ladder. I'll pop up AI Arena for a second so you can see. It'll pop up on AI Arena. Oh, John C, you made me very happy. Well, I'll talk to you. I'll mention you in a second. We'll talk about it in a sec. AI Arena. So AIarena.net. All right. So in AIarena.net, our bot will be on the micro ladder, which is here. You can see our old bot, Mike Nanny Z, as in the Zerg version. Here is fourth. It was first place. It was first place for a hot minute, and then people got, they want to fight over it. All right, that's fine. That's cool. I'm glad people got, they're all like, okay, we're gonna go fight in it, and that's great, and that makes me very, very happy. So we're gonna build a new bot. This bot is Angler Bot, and it's gonna take first place, and we're gonna win, because that's what we do here. We're gonna build a bot that wins. Now so John C, hello. This series got me to retry botting, still learning with the Ares library. John C, you make me very happy, because, man, we are kindred spirits, because, Ares. The Ares framework has made my life so much easier. Shout outs to Rasper. Rasper is like, Rasper, you're amazing, because Ares framework has made building a bot for me really easy. All the bots here are built in the Ares framework. Not because it has to be. So if you're not familiar with the Ares framework, it's not just because I am the most familiar with the Ares framework. There are other frameworks. I'm just comfortable with Ares framework. I like it. Rasper is really cool. He's also a Probots member. Just that's a little thing there. He's also a Probots member. So it makes sense that I would use a member's framework and work with it and understand and help improve it. So yeah, Ares framework, legit. Highly recommend it. Him and I have been working on the build order, the build order runner. We've been working on that a little bit together, and by together I mean he's been working on it, I've been giving feedback and deploying it and giving him feedback, and that's been working for us pretty cool. Okay, yeah. So one last thing, if you want to jump in and you want to be a part of this, you want to do this with me, hit that link, go become a member. It's not only this, we also have a series. We also do the post bot series where the other bot members do a show and tell and talk about what they're working on. This Friday is Shark Nice, creator of Sharkbot, is going to tell us about how he gets those warp prisms to move so amazingly. He's really good at warp prisms. I have not seen warp prisms, and there's not a lot of Protoss bots, so that, take that with what it is. There's not a lot of Protoss bots that are in Probots in general, but this one particularly, I like his warp prism, so I told him to come in, show us what warp prisms, and that's this Friday. That's a member only thing going on. So, anyways, we won't yap too much. We're gonna get into this program. We're gonna turn on our music. And if one of you guys want to jump in and become if one of you guys jump in and become a thing, we'll do rotation. If not, I will handle today. I'll handle today solo as navigator and driver. And I'll take a little bit break here and there, and we'll just get this going. And then, of course, you're welcome in the chat to give suggestions. And I'll explain my code as I'm going along, and we'll kind of get this going together. Let's get some music going. And let's get the programming happening. Like I said, don't be shy, and feel free to give your suggestions. That's okay. Give your suggestions. Again, the main rule here is be kind, right? I'm learning, you're learning, we're learning. We're learning together. It's a group project. You are part of the group. Like, you're part of the group. This is our joint project together. Another thing as well, if you're here as a navigator, we'll put you on, you'll be on the GitHub. It's going to be a part of your projects. Add that to your portfolio. But yeah, it's a group project. We're working on it together. You don't need to work on it alone. Let's do this together. So it's, yeah, be kind. That's it. Okay, let's get some music going and let's get this coding started. Make sure I got some good tunes. Make sure it's not too loud so you guys can hear me. All right. All right, let's jump into this. Let's get a little bit familiar where we left off. You know what? The best thing is to do is let's run it. Let's just run and see what error message we get. I'm gonna guess we're having an error message because, oh, that's too loud. Give me a sec, sorry. Okay, there you go. I'm guessing I'm gonna get an error message because I'm seeing that squad position here has a squiggly line, which means I didn't finish what was going on. But let's poetry run Python run.py. Oh, what's going on? Oh, did I forgot to set the path. Now, this is only done because I keep my StarCraft in a different drive, so I have to set the path each time. And I always forget to set it when we start, but you always have to. Poetry run.py. Starting local game. Wow, it's actually starting local game, which is good. Which means it might not be a critical error. It just might just be we might just run into a problem with maybe how I've labeled some of the variables, or maybe a method or something is just not proper. And just keep in mind too, like, yes, it's Python because it's what I know, but honestly, if we get other members who want to do or know other languages, or if you're, you know, maybe a C# or C++, and you're like, hey, I would like to run one of these. Oh, it booted. Wait, what's going on here? Yeah, okay. So that's good news. It booted. That means it's not so bad. That means we didn't break the bot. That means we just didn't finish what we're doing here. And based on what I saw there is that we ran into possibly an error when it spotted the enemy, which is most likely this else if statement, which is good. That's not bad. Okay, so yeah, like I said, these sessions don't have to be all Python. So we can at some point vector off and do other languages, C# and C++, or other languages, you know, Java, if you're a Java person. But we need to get navigators and pilots who want to do that. So if we grow into further amounts, then yeah, we're open to that. So for now though, I'm Python. Python has the most resources, really noob friendly. So we're going to do Python. Let's do this. Okay, so doing a quick look over my code here and just popping up into let's look at our overall, this is our project roadmap. Very primitive, I know, don't give me too much grief. So we're separating our stalkers. Actually, did I write like a little brief? Yeah, so just to give you an idea, we're using a lure strategy. This bot is all about luring the opponent into where it wants to fight and how we want to get there, while keeping an eye on the pylon for defense. So far, what we have in terms of our roadmap is we want to separate the stalkers into different range groups. So we have 2 groups, and then we're gonna have to react to the map. This area here, I'm not super familiar with because I have to do research, so we're not gonna do that today. I do have some ideas of how we're gonna solve that problem, but I don't know today. So if we finish this separate stalkers to the group, we'll at least be able to do react from enemy proximity. which I have a solution for. Proximity to the pylon, which I think I have a solution for. So that will be where we are. And then let's do that for now. So yeah, ideally we're gonna want to get the bot to go where, like, to essentially go to positions in the map that are advantageous to the bot. And that might require some numpy, and where we gotta, you know, basically analyze the map analyzer and stuff like that. That's also, like I said, that's a very foreign concept for me. And so I might wait, or I might see if we can get into someone who has a lot of experience in that to be the navigator while we do that, while I program it. And then we'll have that solution. But for now, we'll work around the areas that we can. Unless you do, if you're someone who's really good at just map analyzing, heck, you can help me get this up. So, oh, hear that? Dyson Return is also right now working on his first Protoss bot. Dyson Return, he's always in there. He's always lurking. Shout outs to Dyson Returns. Okay. You know what though? I'm glad that people are inspired by this, and that makes me happy. So let's get this. Let's keep going then. Let's keep going. Let's keep inspiring you guys to make bots. Put it in your portfolios. Let's make it good. So let's see what went wrong here. Quick logic. Let me drink a little bit of this tea. Okay, so we have control range attack group. We have control range attackers, and oh, okay, sorry. It's not, we didn't separate the stalkers into multiple groups. We separated the stalkers from the group, which is different, because we wanted to make sure that the stalkers can stutter step. That's what we're doing. We're making sure the stalkers can stutter step, and so that the zealots aren't compelled to stutter step when we issue that command. That's what's happening here. Okay, so the range attack guys, and then there should be a scout. So yeah, we have control scout, attackers, and then the range attackers. That's what we're doing. Got it. Remembered. Okay, it's coming back to me. I was on break for a week because ProBots finished last week, and I took a whole week break. Normally I don't take a whole week, but I just been working on our videos and ProBots at the same time. It was the first time I was working on long form videos and ProBots at the same time. It's actually really exhausting. You may have seen that I released a video last week as well about the other bot I'm working on, Dragon Bot. So please check that video out. It was fun, really exhausting. Anyways, let's get it going. So control range attackers. I'm gonna assume that I already. I see. We had a problem passing the position of this. Okay, we had a problem here. Let's get this. Let's have the tutorial up while we're doing this. That is the Eris framework tutorial. We'll pop it up here. I remember now. I had the tutorial up and my computer crashed. Yeah, I remember what happened. That's why we left it. My computer crashed while we were going through. Now it's coming back to me. I was setting up my computer. I was trying to set it up so that we can have the example up at the same time, and I'm guessing OBS did not like what I was doing, and it just froze my entire computer, and I had to end the session really early. I remember what happened, what went wrong, because I thought it was weird. Normally I don't end a session on a bot that's not like without it when it's not working, because it leaves me in a confused state. Okay, enhanced group tactics. This is where we are. So we want to make sure we pass stutter forward, and I think the problem we were having is that stutter groups back, and the problem we were having is that it was having trouble getting the units, calculating the unit distance, and I use Scythian or Scythen. I don't know. I always pronounce it wrong. I think I tried to use Scythen before, and that did not work. So I think I have only used single maneuver. I haven't done group before, so this is why I'm a little struggling. I've only done single, and a group is new to the Eris framework. It's not I think I'm one of the first people to use the group maneuvers that I know of. Gonna see what we have here. So group maneuver dot add stutter group forward, same thing. Group equals units, group tags, group position target equals target, enemies equal close ground enemy. Do I have the enemy here? Okay, so I don't have enemies, so I need to add enemies. Add that. Oh, but stutter unit back. Okay, so starter unit is different. Because stutter unit back uses group tags, group position, target, and grid. Okay. And then I have to pass in okay, so define control range attack. I passed in self, I passed in, what else did I pass in? What are we missing? Passed in self, roach unit hit squad units, target 0.2. So target 0.2, enemy units, that's not reacting. Ground units, ground grid equals numpy array. Closest enemy. So I said closest enemy equals units, self, closest enemy. And I pass closest, it doesn't like dot position. I remember now. We need to somehow give ground position is a 0.2. If I remember correctly. Ground position is a 0.2. Group position, sorry, the group position is a 0.2. And I couldn't get it to okay. I remember this. This is kind of, this might be a little trouble. It's difficult. Let's figure this out though. This needs to be a 0.2. It didn't like position. And that's because I was just, I think I was declaring as an object. Okay, let's see if we can pull something from the example, see if how this could be used differently. Is there a 0.2 here? So this use group position equals squad position. Oh, it didn't use squad. Oh, it didn't use squad dot position. It just made it probably a 0.2. So how is squad position here? Squad position equals 0.2 equals squad dot position. Okay, all right, I see. Let's try that. So let's just pass enemy units in here, or closest group position. Let's not call this enemy unit closest enemy. I don't know. I don't think the stutter, does the stutter use closest the enemy as a reference? Group position. No, it just needs a 0.2. So maybe that's just something else. Let's scrap this. Where else do I use closest enemy? Make sure. Okay, it's just here. It's a local variable. Just making sure. So let's actually not call it closest enemy. Let's scrap this line here. Actually, let's make sure this is uploaded to Git, just in case I screw up. Okay, it's good. So let's go back to closest enemy. Let's scrap this. Scrap this. Let's call it. Let's say group position equals. Let's actually just call it squad position. Actually, I could probably just do this. And then rename. Rename simple. And then we'll say squad position. We'll get rid of the dot position because that's not how we're getting the, so group position equals squad position. And then we're gonna actually maybe just take what we got from what we saw here. It's a 0.2, so we declare it as a 0.2 equals squad dot position. Where did it get this? Ah, so it's in the for loop. Did we do a for loop for our group? Okay, we'll worry about that in a sec. So this was a for loop for squad and squad position. Because we're 0.2 units list squad dot tags. Did we do that here? We didn't. Okay, that might be something we have to do then. And we actually might have to put this in the full method. So actually not just in this elf statement. Let's actually put this in the full method. Squad position. I know, you don't like it. Here, let's go squad position. That's not right, but so this is actually going to be a 0.2. So squad position equals 0.2 inch. Yeah, co-pilot. You know what exactly what I'm asking. Even though that's not a real thing yet, we will soon. Yeah. Okay, so 0.2 squad dot position. That's not the right variable, but it's okay. Because it was squad position. Is that a part of the Eris framework, how that squad position is? Squad position. Closest ground enemy unit. Retrieve the closest enemy to the roach squad. Close ground enemy units equals self mediator, get units in range. Okay, so we're gonna need this. Yeah, so it looks like it's actually a part of, you can call the squad. So this actually looks like it is a, yeah, so like Dyson said, it looks like it's part of the Eris framework, an actual part where you can call the squad. So that's gonna be cool. So we're gonna need to we'll need a for loop as well. So we'll need this for loop. We'll just like take straight up lift this, and squads. We also define squads. We'll actually just take this exact line as well. What else do we need to make sure we do? And we'll need to do the for loop. We already declared the combat maneuver, which is up here. Group maneuver equals combat maneuver. Okay, let's just lift this and then we'll just modify it. I like this code. Actually is squad, something we haven't used yet, so we'll just lift this code here. This code is fine. No need to write it from scratch. Oh Lord, I hate how it doesn't format sometimes. Can I just, if I say paste, if I paste as a, no, there's no like paste, maintain the formatting. Okay, let's do it in pieces because this will drive me nuts if I don't, if I try to do it all and I have to reformat it. Let's just take this, we'll do it in chunks. That way we're able to ensure that we're not messing up and screwing up with indentation. So squads, It's not using the same variables as me, so I'm gonna have to make sure this is actually missing a closed bracket. We have to do this in pieces so that I understand what is what. So we actually do need to bring something in from squad manager. We don't have the squad manager. We need to do that. We need a unit squad manager. That's good. We found this out. That's a good thing we did it piece by piece. So let's bring in the squad manager. I like to keep my stuff a little clean that way. Eris manager. So all my Eris stuff are here. Eris manager, squad manager. I guess we just copy and paste it. I guess there's no need to. We'll just from Eris So in the Eris framework, managers, that squad manager, unit, squad. So that was missing last time, which we have now, which is good. Okay, so now we have the unit squads. We define squad. Squad is list. Self managers get squads. Role control group 1. I don't know if this is control group 1. I believe this is actually control group 2. Yep. So this is actually needs to be control group 2. That's because we've allocated control group 1 to the zealots. So we're gonna actually be using control group 2 here. Okay, so that looks like it's in pretty good. Presume this is a so given a unit role, get the updated squad. So this is using to check the squads and I guess the area around the squads, and it's storing it in a list. Okay, good. So far so good. Not bad, everybody. Not bad. I get it. What else do we need to know? So we're gonna need to, okay, that's fine. We're gonna need to do a for loop using tags and the position. So I guess it's gonna be oh, we need to populate the list. Okay, so we need to populate the list. That's not a, okay, that makes sense. And I'm saying this out loud because even though I'm copying and pasting a lot of this code, I do want to have a functional idea of what I'm putting in here, because especially if I need to troubleshoot later, I want to have an idea. I'm going to tell you straight up, I am not a master coder, but I am learning by doing this. And so I have a basic knowledge of a lot of areas from the other bots I've been doing. This is a lot of new groundwork for me in the Eris framework. And as far as I know, there are few bot authors that use the Eris framework. So I usually have to ask Rasper a lot of questions. And so I'm kind of learning alongside you here. So please keep that in mind. You know, you're like, oh, what does this guy do? He doesn't know anything about what he's coding. I'm a learner, and I'm learning. And so, yeah. That's all. That's my excuse. I'm just learning, and I'm hoping that as I learn, you'll learn something too. Okay, so this for loop. Whoops. So for squad and squad, so we're defining. We're actually, does it matter if that comes? So we've declared the squads, and then we're filling the list for squad and squads. Okay, so for squad and squads. Squad position, so it's adding a 0.2 squad dot position, which we're going to actually end up using later. Units, squad units, and then the tags, individual tags. So it gives them, we've attached the tags, units, squad. Okay, cool. I think now we can actually fix that squad position. We can actually probably fix this squad position because I think we now have what we need for it. We'll need to do a close ground enemy unit as well. I'll pop that in there, but I want to clean this up because I want to just not leave this because sometimes I'll forget. Squad position. So group position equals squad position. And then I was like, squad position is a 0.2 and it uses squad dot position. Okay, so let's change this to 0.2 and it's gonna use squad dot position. Perfect. Beautiful, beautiful. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And then this is squad dot position, which is good as well. This ground grid is gone. And I thought I did pass the ground grid, but it's not recognizing it. We'll figure it out in a second. Something happened here. Something broke. And I think it's maybe because I'm missing a... Did something not close? Something's wrong here. And I don't... Oh, you're missing a comma. Oh, jeez. You're gonna kill me. Oh, stupid comma. Okay, that's fixed. Okay, good news so far, everybody. Not bad. And where are we at? Okay, so far so good. We need to make sure we have the closest enemy, so it's detecting and retrieve close enemies to the Roach Squad. I'll make sure it doesn't say Roach Squad because it's not a Roach Squad. This is indeed a group of zealots. Okay, so close. Oh, bro, the close ground enemy. Close ground enemy. Those units yourself mean to get units close to the rate thing. Am I missing? Is this actually a part of the? Is this part of the Eris framework? That's probably an imported Eris framework, isn't it? I'm betting that's an import. Yep, it's an import. Okay, and this is under the constants, which I do already have in here. Do I not? Yes. So I actually don't need all structures. That's useless. Worker types, unit role. So let's actually get rid of that. I'm gonna sneeze. Woo! Okay. Bring that in. Perfect. All right. Perfect. Ooh, query tree. That's good. Hey, not bad. So far, so good. Retrieve the close enemy to the Roach Squad. This is not a Roach Squad. Stalker. To the Stalker. The range squad. Range Stalker Squad. Okay. Is this using? Yep, it's okay. It's using squad position. Perfect. The starting point, distance, 11.5. That could be tweaked. Enemy dot ground. Perfect. Easy so far. So far, so good, everybody. Where are we? Okay. So far, so close. Declare a new group maneuver, which is what we started doing. Group maneuver, combat maneuver, empty brackets. Okay. Okay. I think we're safe to add this now. Now, I didn't use the close enemy, but I'm gonna leave it here just in case I use it later on. I have a feeling it's gonna be useful. So the A move group, that's simple. That doesn't need to be touched. Okay. So if self enemy units. So if it sees an enemy unit, add stutter group back. The group is, so actually it won't be range attack. This will actually be units. Sorry, is it gonna be unit or units? It's gonna be units. Group tag, it's a squad tag, so actually we don't need the 4R, so we're not gonna actually define it here, which is what I did before. Oh, is this using something else? Okay, this is using something. So I was using range attack. And range attack is something I defined up here. Range attack. Okay, let's do a quick, because I'm using someone else's code, I want to make sure I'm not mixing up variables. So when they passed in here, did they pass Roach Hit Squad? You passed the units. We just want to make sure we're not getting too many conflicts. So I said range attack. I call them the range attack past units. I just want to make sure I'm not. Let's make sure we're not getting anything too weird here. Range. So units. Okay, no. Okay, I think it's safe to kind of use the variables within it without much problems. Let's give it a shot. Let's just make sure we have the right variables in for here. we'll actually say, so the group won't be range attack. We'll actually mimic here. Group equals units. We're gonna actually hope that it follows the same principle as this. Even though this is stutter group forward, I'm gonna assume the stutter group back uses a very similar principle. Group tags is actually squad tags, which is something I have declared up at top. Whoops. Squad tags, okay. Target is probably enemy closest unit. Target is target. How did they make sure how this is declaring target? Okay, it's just a 0.2, nothing special about target. Oh, I have target self enemy start location. I might have to modify that. Anyways, group position. How's the group position? Did get a squad position? I have squad position, enemies, close ground enemy. But this doesn't use enemies. It just uses a grid, I guess, just to make sure it's not, you know, just it's checking the grid to make sure it's not backing itself up into a corner, and it's make sure it's, I guess, doing it the most optimum way. So I think this might be safe to run. Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Let's give it a run. Let's see what happens. Feel kind of comfortable with this. We're good. I think we're good to run this. Okay, while this runs and while it starts up, how is everyone doing? I'll do a little check with everyone here. I hope it runs too, Dyson. I hope it runs too. Essentially, what we're looking for is to first, when the enemies reach the bot, it doesn't crash. That's the ideal hope. Hopefully this is my screen, which is the red Protoss. And yeah, that's what we're looking for. We're making sure it doesn't crash. Okay, it did crash. What went wrong? Control range attack squad. Line 106. Line 106. Start point equals squad position. I did not like that. Why? Did I not define the squad position? Is that why? No, I did. So it's something in here it's not liking. Okay, we're gonna actually pass this through. We're gonna pass this through Copilot and just get its opinion. See what went wrong, Copilot. Squad position is only in the for loop. I see, you're right. Does that mean do I need to define it up first? Like say squad position equals none first? Let's see what happened. What did the good catch, guys? Good catch. How did they define squad position outside of this? Oh my god. Squad position. Oh, it's all in the it's all in the for loop. Is that right? It looks like it's all of it's in the for loop. I see. Okay. Yeah, I thought so too, John. I probably could just define it, say squad position. Yeah, so you're right. I originally was like, yeah, it's just squad position equals 0.2 and just define it, but Looking to this, it looks like everything's in the for loop. I don't think, because I'm using if statements, do I want to put everything in this? Do I want to put this all in the for loop? So everything's in the for loop here. Okay, let's maybe put everything in this. Let's put everything in the for loop and see. I don't necessarily think it's bad, but I'm not really sure if that's just gonna. This goes 4 squads and squads, squad position, then it does everything. Is it necessary for it all to be in the for loop? Okay, let's try. And then if it's inefficient, we'll kind of go back to what we're doing. It's because I have some if statements, and I'm not sure if I want it to be looping those if statements. But let's give this a shot, and let's put this all in the for loop and see. Actually, do we have to does the self-register behavior have to be in the for loop? Yeah, okay. So self-register behavior is also in the for loop. Okay, let's see what happens. I used else ifs, so you know that should hopefully not make it too resource intensive that it's not checking every time. Let's see what happens. I actually like John's suggestion more, and I think I want to maybe put the squad position just as defined, just declare it first and just let it have it declared, so it's, you know, only checking it in the for loop. But let's do this. Is this the right window? Yeah. Okay, so we actually made this. If this works, we might have actually completed this. Actually, might be finished, and we might be able to start something else after this. Okay, didn't crash. Good news, everybody. Good news. Season enemy. Oh, season enemies didn't crash. Oh no. Oh. So close. So close. Okay, but that's progress, guys. I think that's progress. That was some progress there. I like that. What was the problem? Path no point exception. Map analyzer. So something went wrong with the map analyzer. What is it? Why is it saying build order complete? Why is it running the build order? What's going on here? Girl, why are you running builds? Don't be running builds. There's no builds here. I'm gonna delete this. There's no builds in this spot. I don't want to be running any builds. No builds are happening. Stop running builds. Okay. So something broke in the map analyzer, it looks. Pather no points exception. Expected start point like, goal point like, goal equal none. So I'm gonna guess it's actually the stutter back. So it's in the stutter back. Something went wrong in the stutter back. But let's ask Copilot, because it might know better than I do. I give you permission to look into my terminal, and then tell me from this terminal selection what went wrong. Okay, well, that's not correct. So I don't know what you're looking at. Let me just do this. Just, can you tell me, terminal selection, what went wrong? Okay, can you actually inspect my workspace, use the terminal selection. What's wrong? So I wanted to know everything that's going on in my workspace. I have a feeling it is maybe with the ground grid, maybe something's going there, or There's a warning message about the path no point from the map analyzer pathfinder function. This warning suggests that pathfinder function expected a start point and a goal point, but the goal point was none. So this might be in my editor. What area is causing? Help narrow this down for me. Just want to confirm. Control scout. Oh. Could it be the control scout? Have I not like, I guess I didn't really pay attention to the other areas here. So it could actually be the control scout that's giving problems. So what's control scout? Keep groups safe. Did I do that? Control scout. All I have it is the scout's not doing anything. However, the provided code statement does not include the creep group escape. Oh, okay. Likely in the control scout method of your angler bot, classically when you are trying to create an instance of control groups. Did I actually use keep group safe? I don't remember doing that. No, I didn't ask for keep group safe. I don't know what you're asking about. You're making stuff up. Go home, co-pilot. You're drunk. Unless I did that by no. Keep group. Nope, I didn't. I'm not using that. Okay. Check the workspace. Maybe you can't see the whole area. What do I have? Actually, let's just do a quick look over the control group area. Yeah, I'm just A moving. I didn't add any advance. I didn't add anything advanced to that section. But since it's expecting something, I'm gonna, could be the stutter group back, or it could be, yeah, everything else is A move. Everything's I deliberately have everything very simple for now. So it's actually, it might be this stutter back. Let's take a look at the stutter back and break it down. So it has a list of units. That's fine. It's going to be something with either the grid, the target, or the group position. Map analyzer. What would use this map analyzer? So it's I think it's gonna be maybe group position. So group position equals squad position. So it's looking for group position, 0.2. I'm passing a 0.2, but it wants maybe it's the ground grid. How did this example use the ground grid? Does it use stutter 4 does not use a grid. It uses the enemy in order to determine its distance. Maybe I need to. Okay, let's pull up my other bot. I've used stutter back before. So let's pull up my other bot and see how, in a new window, of course. Don't want to screw up what I'm doing here. Let's pull up Nanny. Now, Nanny uses stutter back, but it only uses it in a solo capacity. It doesn't use it in a group capacity, because I've never done group before. So let's see how I did stutter back here and see if it uses a similar. I don't know what happened here. Did I do something? Did I do something here? What happened here? Discard changes. I didn't do anything. There we go. That was weird. Okay. Stutter units back. So I have a stutter units back. When I added it, This stutter unit back only it used a pathing, so it used a boolean, a grid, target, and unit. This one had a target. And I guess I passed the closest enemy. So it was unit, and I passed the closest enemy as the target. So maybe I should pass closest enemy. Maybe I should pass the closest enemy instead of the ground grid. Did I not? I didn't pass. Oh, I didn't pass a grid here, did I? No, I didn't even pass a grid. Maybe I don't need the grid. So when I used it here, didn't need the grid. So maybe we'll actually forego. Maybe we won't use target as target. Maybe we'll use target as close ground enemy. Let's try this. Let's actually use the target as close ground enemy and see if that actually works better. That could be a good. Is this a point two? Let's try. Let's see what happens. I think that might be a healthy thing to give a shot. Let's do it. We'll use the target as the close ground enemy. We'll keep the grid, squad position, squad tags. Okay, let's try this. That might be a little healthier. Okay. While this is loading up, let me do a quick checkup on everyone. How y'all doing? Yeah. Tell me about your bots, guys, while we wait for this. Any projects you're working on? Oh, wrong window, but I guess that doesn't really matter. Oh. Okay. Dyson, you're working on a tutorial? What tutorial are you writing? We crashed again, but I think it's a different error this time. Actually, doesn't say what the problem was. Yeah, it doesn't say what crashed it this time. That might actually be worse. Because now, okay, well, yeah, I don't actually see what went wrong here. Wait, did I do something here? So what's Dyson saying? Target equals close ground enemy dot center. That's interesting. Let's quickly reference the. They didn't use one when they did the close ground enemy. And then when they did a close ground enemy, units equals self-mediator. It used self-meter get units in range, start point equals that. Is there an end point? Does not say anything about an end point. I think it's just using the closest ground enemy as the start point. And it's using the query tree, unit tree, enemy.ground. Did I copy that perfectly? Yep, enemy ground. Is that part of the? Okay, yeah, it's a variable. I think part of the Eris framework. Okay, so groups, units, I did the tags. My target is, I did target was a close enemy ground unit. This did target equals target, so maybe I'm using this wrong. This said enemies, ground enemies. So, I feel like no, I think close ground enemies. Oh, maybe I'll read here. Here we go. So the group equals the units. That's right. The group of the units you may want to control. The point two, the group unit tag. That's right. Group position. This is where the group is situated. We did this already. So that's a squad position. That's right. Target. Union. Point two unit. Target for the group. And this is the grid. This is the grid the group will use to path on. So the ground grid should be fine. Ground grid should be fine. There shouldn't be any problem with that. I just added a comma, and I'm gonna actually hope that actually wasn't the problem. Let's see. I feel like I don't know. I feel like that should be pretty good. Maybe I'll comment it out and just maybe I'll comment that out and just isolate we'll do some troubleshooting after this one. If it crashes again, we'll comment it out and confirm that it's the core problem, and then we'll kind of work backwards. That's it. We'll just we'll work backwards from there. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, let's comment this out and let's see if this is the problem. Let's get a confirmation that this is indeed the problem we are running into. If we still crash, that means it is something else. It could be just as Copilot said. It could actually be the Zealot. All right, we have it. There we have it, everybody. It's 100% the group, the stutter unit back. So we confirmed that the stutter unit back is giving us the problem. So we know the problem is here, which is good. We've isolated it. We've isolated the stutter unit back. Okay, groups, units, group tag. You pass the ground grid in. What did this define the target as? Well, they defined target as a 0.2 right in the middle. What if I did this? What if we did? So they did target 0.2. Target equals target, target equals target, target equals self enemy location. That's defined immediately. Oh, I guess I have to keep mindful that there's multiple, like, so it's target equals self enemy location. Okay, maybe we'll actually, what did we define our target as? Target equals target equals self enemy start location. So we actually defined it as the same. Target equals self enemy unit location, enemy units, ground grid equals ground grid. Maybe I'm causing some problems up in here. Because when I actually have it defined as, I have a couple stuff done in here. So self dot. Okay, let's get rid of this. Because actually this might be leftover code from something else. So let's do that. Target equals self enemy unit location. Okay, so let's, and we got target equals target. What do I define my target here? So let's go back to target equals target, just because that might not be correct. So let's go target equals target. Group position, squad position. Okay, this looks good. Let's give it another shot. Run. Okay. Back to the chat with me. What's going on here in the chat while we run? Okay, this actually is a good time to do a little bit of a promo with a little exclamation mark join. All right, so while we load up, you can join the CodeBot Guild. Ooh, that loaded up fast and it broke. I didn't get a chance for you to do my plug. Missing something. Oh, I guess it didn't like that. Oh, that's because I passed it. I passed them through, so that's why. I passed the ground grid. So actually, I need to actually restore the ground grid. I think I need to have the ground grid in there. But I might not need to pass enemy units. So maybe let's get rid of enemy units, because I think I am defining enemy units differently. So let's not pass this through. Let's get rid of enemy units. Not pass it through. Let's bring back ground grid. Let's bring back the ground grid. What did I have here again? That's not right. What did I have here again? Was that I actually just made my life a lot harder. What was I doing there? What was it again, so I can see what was the change? It was what was it? It was show changes, open changes, open line changes from previous revision. Beep, 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 beep. That is, did I open the wrong one? Did I not? It's show changes. That was that with working file. Ah, there we go. I did do ground. It was ground grid equals ground grid. Weird. Okay, well, we'll bring it back. We'll bring it back. So okay, let's see if that is better. Okay, anyways, while this loads up, drop the links in the chat. You can join up with our CodeBot Guild. Join me here every Mondays to do some assembly, group mob bot programming, or last Friday of the month for post bots, where we do the bot show and tell. Bot authors of all skill size will be able to share. You're working on something, you can also present as well. It's not like a one-to, it's not like them talking to you. You can present, ask questions, all that good stuff. If you miss it, there's a VOD for members to check it out. The link is in the chat. Why? Oh, what's going on here? Why is this? Why is this? It's not loading. Hey, let's try this again. Oh, it's a little weird. Please give a better result than just what just happened a few seconds ago. I wonder if all this streaming has affected. Oh, okay, never mind. We're good. We are good. So yeah, if you're in the membership, you can join me in the Discord and be either pilot or navigator. Okay, so far so good, everybody. No crash, no crash. Okay, it's gone out. Sees the enemy. Okay. Sees the enemy. I'm guessing it tried to stutter back and then it died. Okay. Yeah. Same problems we had before. Man, this stutter back is... Stutter back is painful. This shouldn't be so difficult, but it feels like it is. Maybe I'm not... Hold on. I don't think so. Okay, that's a good question. Dyson is asking a good question. I don't think it is because I have used it. Let's actually check Nani because I'm pretty sure I've used the enemy start location. Oh, is it zero? Is it not zero on this locate thing? Have I used enemy start location? Okay, no, I have used it. Okay. Oh, should it be self.enemy start location? That's an interesting. Did I do that? Yeah, I did. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so no, it does still work. I have used self.enemy start location before. Yeah. Yeah, the start location is a real thing on the map, but it's a valid question because this is the micro map, so it doesn't necessarily work as regular maps. So it's good question, anyways. Yeah. So the stutter unit back is just a little tougher than I was expecting. And again, I've used stutter unit back, but only in singular. So. Okay, let's maybe again analyze how I used it with the singular and see if there's similarities. And truth be told, it could just be broken. We may have discovered a bug that could be a problem, and I could just ask Rasper and he could tell me, oh, something happened, and I'll certainly do that. But let's try a problem solve it on our own, because maybe we'll have to not use stutter units back and we have to do something else. But let's we definitely want to do stutter unit back. We don't want to do I don't think we want to do forward in this. Okay, let's say stutter units back. So when I used stutter unit back, it only carried, so it was like unit the target, kite via pathing, and then grid. Now I'm guessing that's because since this. Yeah, so I didn't even. Maybe I should leave off the grid. Because I didn't use. It looks like in my other study units back, I didn't even need to call the grid. Yeah, it looks like I didn't even really call the grid. So maybe let's try without the grid and see if that is there a default in there? Let's just get rid of the grid and let's see what happens. Let's leave the grid off. So group, we have a group, we have group tags, we have group position. Okay, let's leave the grid off. See if that makes a difference. Maybe I'm passing the wrong grid for what it wants. I might need like a grid in the future, but the grid I'm currently using just may not be appropriate. Okay, so while this is loading up, let me get you guys' opinion. I've been thinking about how to organize this, like these VODs from these on. Oh, this is the wrong window. Seems to be arbitrary which one it wants to open up first. That's not the right window. Okay, whatever. Crashed again. Yeah, it's the study unit back. 126. Stunner unit back, so it's control range attack, and then study units back. So that's still a problem. So let's add back the ground grid. Let's go a step further. Let's actually ask Copilot here. Let's go like this, and then say, check out my workspace. Keep getting problems with selection. Keeps crashing. Asking for, what is it asking for? It's saying like, you know, we're gonna say for. Can I do this? Can I chain these together? Let's find out. I've never actually tried to mix selection with terminal selection. Let's see what happens. Oh snap, it did. In the code snippet, your target parameter is passed to the study group back, which is likely used in the pathfinding thing. You need to ensure that target as a variable is correctly set to a point-like object before the code is executed. If target is none, you'll need to debug why that's the case. Check the error you're seeing is due to the goal parameter being none in the pathfinding function. This function is expecting a point-like object, like a coordinate, but it's receiving none. Oh, wait, hold on. Do I declare target as none somewhere? Like on start, I do, right? So target equals target. Oh. Am I screwing up some of my variables? That's fine. That's in here. Let's see how, so if not, then target there. Maybe some of my logic is screwing myself up. Am I screwing up some of my, so if self equals longer than, so inside this method I declared, good. Okay, let's take a look at that. Take a look at that, Dyson. using control range attack. So we set the enemy. Maybe we're messing up with our. Maybe we're messing up with our target. Maybe we're messing this up because with attack. Are we messing up with our? Maybe we're messing our variables up. Where do we wait? Where do we call this? Let me double check. Yeah. Where are we? Maybe we're calling. Maybe we're changing the variable target somewhere inappropriately, and that's what's giving us a problem. Maybe that's actually the problem. Let's do like a little bit of a review. Okay. So target. Let's talk about target. So I actually don't define it like a self.target anywhere. So that's, I guess that's good in a weird way. So we just define target locally, as that seems. So when I call it self.range thing, and we're saying target equals enemy unit. And I'm declaring it and I'm passing it. So target equals self.enemy units. That's passed. It's passed through. And then in here, the method, we're like, define the method. In it, we're like self. We pass self. We pass range attack. We say that the target is a 0.2. We say the ground grid is numpy array. And we say range attack is... What was this? What is this? What is this? What am I passing here? Seeing as I don't call it, oh, I do call it here. That is, oh, that's the group. Okay, I know what that is. Okay. This actually might need to be cleaned up. It's a little messy. Anyways. In the example, did they pass, what did they pass through? What did they pass through in here? Say, so he actually said Roche squad equals unit, so it's just like mean range attack. Okay. What did he use Roche squad for? Roche hit squad. Hit squad. Oh my god. There you go. What's Roche hit squad used for? So I maybe work a little backwards. Is it? Oh, it's not used at all when it comes to starter unit group back or starter group forward. Okay. Okay, so let's maybe do a quick, let's go through our logic. And we'll do a kind of a line by line group maneuver. That's right. So we said target is the enemy unit location. Straightforward. I don't know if I actually need to do that again because we've already passed it across. Maybe let's take that out. Maybe it's not necessary to declare the enemy to declare target again. Because maybe that's messing up. Let's take that out. Let's take that out. So like maybe that's messing up. Okay. We'll take that out. This is going to be group control 2. Did I assign control group 2 to this? Maybe that's the problem. No, we did indeed assign the role control group 2 to them. So they are assigned. So for stalkers and stalkers, they have control group 2 in it. Let's double check how this control group 1 is assigned. Because maybe there is a squad, so they... Let's make sure we're... Let's see if we are assigning it correctly. Control group 1. How is control group 1 assigned here? Okay, so we did do something like this. So we did assign control group 2 for stalkers and stalkers. Self-mediator role equals tag. Okay, so we did that correctly. So we assigned control group. Oh, could we not be assigning the timing of this? So we're saying if after 2 seconds, could the timing be off? No. Maybe our logic is screwy. We'll say after 1 second. So after 1 second, after the game time is at 1 second, it will assign control group 2 to all the stalkers. It'll assign control group 1 to all the zealots. We'll make sure, just in case. We'll assign all that. And then if 20 seconds, so we're like, if there's 20 seconds, actually, let's go in here. So we do all the stuff here, and then we're saying if 20 seconds have gone by and there are no enemy units, okay, let's get rid of this. So let's say if 20 seconds have gone by, let's say if 5 seconds have gone by, not 50. Let's say if 5 seconds have gone by and there are no enemy units. So we wanted them, the reason why we did this, we wanted them to wait. So let's say if 5 seconds go by, if it's more than 5 seconds, then go do attack. And then else if, so it goes if, and then else if, maybe we won't do else if. Let's go if there's enemy units, if you see enemy units, add, no. Okay, so if there's enemy units, if enemy units exist, add stutter group back. Maybe my logic is actually not good here. They actually don't have an if statement here at all, so I find that interesting. There's no if statement, but maybe so if enemy units, add to the group maneuvers, add to group maneuver, stutter group back. Group equals groups, group tags equals squad tag, target equals target, group position equals squad position. We're almost done for today, so let's see if we can get this done. Let's see if we can figure this out. And then if we get this done, we'll call that as a completion, and we'll round it off. And like, you know my rule, I don't like to end this off without, end this in a broken position. So let's, so the group tags needs to be in a set integer, squad tags, but we set that correct. Has to be here in the problem with the targets. We're running into a problem with targets or group position. Can we narrow it down to what the actual problem is? Used to use enemy ground grid. Group position equals squad position. Group equals units, group equals under tag, squad tags, target equals target. Okay, let's ask Copilot. Check my workspace. Can't seem to figure out where my target has gone wrong. Can you review it? For the code snippet you provided, which I didn't provide code snippet, for From the close image, I see like target variables used in a group, move group, and study group. However, it's not clear from the provided code where the target is defined or how it's being updated. Target could be point of interest of the map or enemy unit. Yeah, I think this might be a problem with confusion with my target. Study unit back. I think this needs to be, and this could just be a mistake, by the way. This could be a mistake. Maybe it's not supposed to be it. Maybe this actually needs to be, can you print target to console? See if it exists. Ah, let's do that. Let's do that. Can you, by the way, let's try something back. Let's try the target equals, we're gonna do the target equals the enemy and see if that works, because it could just be a mistake by the actual, like, you know, Rasper's a human. He could have made he could make a mistake. So let's use close ground enemy. So close, no, that's sorry, don't do that. Close ground enemy. What if you're right? What if it is center? Okay, let's try this first, and then we'll explore other ways to declare things. So let's say close ground enemy. What did Nani use? Because Nani just used target. It used the closest enemy. It used the closest enemy as the target. So it was, yeah. So I think it's a mistake. I think this actually is a mistake. I don't think target is target here. Oh, sorry. Well, I guess this is started group forward. So maybe started group forward is not the same as I would. So let's actually use target. Let's use the closest enemy as the target. When I did Nani, how did I define closest enemy? I presume I had something with closest enemy in here. Closest enemy. So I used I used Scythian. Scython? I don't know. Okay, so I'm actually going to, I think we might be okay to use closest enemy as closest ground enemy as the target. I'll actually remove this because I'm not using the Scython extension. Just a little bit of cleanup of code. Not using the Scython extension, and instead we are using what's in there. So let's say the target is a close ground enemy. So close ground enemy, maybe it is position, maybe it needs to be a close enemy dot position. Let's try that. Position, let's try it. That did not light up. And I'm gonna assume because it's already a 0.2. What does it return? It might already return a 0.2. Close ground enemy. Unit equals self-get unit in range. List of units position each in it stores this as a list. And then it calculates a distance. So start points, but it doesn't give an end point. But it gives a distance between it. That actually might be why he doesn't like this, because I think this is this returning a, does a query tree. Okay. Maybe I did want to keep that Scython, and then we'll, units is a list probably. Yeah, it is probably a list, and I believe that is makes this actually not useful. What if I try position? Let's try target equal position. I don't know if that's gonna work, but doesn't light up, but let's give it a shot. I think it's not gonna work though, but let's see what happens. Doesn't light up, and when it doesn't light up, it doesn't give me confidence. Because it's group behavior. So it might not. Maybe I actually should use the Siphon. Siphon? I just deleted it too. Okay, let's put, well, after this, after it crashes, which I'm pretty confident it will, we'll toss that in there and we'll see if that makes a difference. We'll use the same method I used in Nunny and see if that will yield the results we're looking for. Why did some of those zealots get left behind? That's weird. Okay. Oh yeah, it doesn't like that. What's this? It's nothing. That's a good question. What is the 0? Is that a thing that we copied and pasted over? Did that come over here? It did. I think it's to do with this query tree. I think it's because it's it might be when it does the query tree, it starts off and in the list it puts it 0. It starts from 0, I think. You think POS could be correct? Oh, it doesn't light up. I'm a little concerned where it doesn't light up. Okay, let's close ground enemy. Let's pull what we use from Nunny. Let's see if we can hack this together. It may not be as it's intended, but let's actually bring it back. Scythian, Siphon, whatever it's called. We'll bring back the Siphon extension. See if we can hack this together. Then we'll pull from Nunny as well the way it declared. Now the problem is it did it to individual units, and I don't know if the group unit thing is supposed to be done as a take the whole group as a consideration. But let's see how we did stutter units back. We use closest enemy. Closest. Am I not spelling the word closest? What's wrong with me today? Closest enemy. Yeah, that's a problem actually, because this measures it from the individual unit as opposed to the group as a whole. Yeah, this is unit equals closest unit, so it actually gives a single unit, and then it does unit dot position enemy unit. And I passed the enemy unit through, and then I had it. Okay. And it's because it's a group maneuver, it may not work as I was just about to try it. Okay, I'm gonna actually not go that route, because I feel like that's supposed to make the type unit so it's not singular and not in a list, perhaps. Okay. Let's inspect where we're playing around with this enemy unit. We're running on a lot of assumptions right now. And the assumption is that the stutter. Okay, why don't we let's test stutter group forward. Let's scrap stutter group back. Let's use stutter group forward. See if we can get that working. Let's see if we can get stutter group forward, and then we will play around and try to get stutter group back. Let's scrap stutter group forward, even though that's what we really want. Group forward. That's wrong, but we'll get that as a start, and then we have to bring stutter group forward in. Oh, that's a good question. Did I pass everything forward as... Wait, why did that not light up? That's weird. Is that not the right thing to import? Weird. I guess I should double check to make sure I imported everything that needs to be imported too. That could be a problem if what we're running, if we didn't import everything. So for MC2 units, import units, I did do that. Import unit, I did that, a single unit. SC2.position, import 0.2, I did that too. Unit type ID, that's imported. Unit squad, we did that already. Squad manager, the constants. Did I do all the constants? Unit role, query tree. Query, yep, query type, sorry. Unit tree query type, did that. Worker type is not necessary because there's no workers, and all structures because there's no structures. Well, actually I probably do because I will need to know, probably have to do the pylon later. We'll worry about it in a second. Behaviors combat group. Behaviors combat group. So path to target, I'm not using that. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of path to target because I'm not using it. Oh my god. I'm gonna drop stutter step back. Bring stutter step forward. Why is that not lighting? What's wrong with that? Am I... That's the right. Yeah. There it is. So weird. Okay, whatever. It worked. Okay, stutter group forward. Let's go back down here. Stutter group forward. I don't know. Did I not? I don't know what that was. I don't know why that didn't light up the first time. Doesn't matter. It's working now. Maybe I just didn't spell it correctly. Who knows? We're gonna pull the same things. We're gonna use all the same things. I'm gonna see if we can get this working, and then if it's not, and if it works and it's whatever, we'll give it a shot to the study units back, but we'll kind of leave. Well, what the hell? Oops. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll kind of leave off, and I'll leave myself a note to reminding myself to fix stutter group forward to stutter group back. I'll ask Rasper, have him take a look at it. Well, what we'll also do is we'll also upload and make sure that we have everything that we need up on our GitHub. Does this have a, hold on. Do I have a git command for the bot here? Let's find out. Exclamation mark git. So yeah, so if you want to check out this, the GitHub for this, it's here now in the chat. So if you want to see the code that's being worked on, you feel free. Why are some of these guys left behind? So good news that like it worked. So whatever we're doing with the study unit back is not working properly. So I have no clue, by the way, why some of those zealots are moving and some of them are not. That's something we'll actually add that to the to-do list. Oh, I do have I have a to-do list. Fix the ground grid. Change scout from group behavior to single unit behavior. I think we did that already. Okay. Oh no, we didn't do that. Okay. And then we'll need to I'm going to need to actually start make sure I'm fix the ground grid. Path group to target. That why it was that's that why I actually was doing ground grid? Okay, well. We'll actually have to keep track of our to-do list here so that I know what I actually have fixed and what I have not fixed. And then I'm going to add in here I actually did have something here to path. Then we actually need to fix and then make sure I agree, Dyson. We're no longer crashing, and that is indeed a win. So we have to find out why the, and it might be I just didn't give any orders to the non-range attack. Let's do a quick. Yeah, these guys are at 20 seconds. So what if I actually did 5 seconds? That actually might change their whole modus operandum. That actually might actually not be a actual problem. Quick check to see if it works. It may have been I just didn't give them orders. They were waiting for 20 seconds. And that actually may be a concern. And I actually not have to fix that. Quick check. Okay, we're running into overtime here. We'll give it another shot. Now that we're not crashing, we'll give it another shot with the. Okay. So what I was saying before was, what do you guys think of how I should do these VODs of these live streams? Should I make them public? Should I just keep them unlisted? Do you care if it shows up in your feed that we had these VODs? You know, okay, so it's fixed. Sorry, it was just that I had the timing off on it. And stutter forward is working. Good news. So stutter forward. Okay, so stutter forward works. Right now our bot works. I'm actually gonna push this up to, so I'm gonna say added stutter step forward to Protoss group, changed zealot group to less time, and then let's upload everything. Commit all these changes. Commit. So yeah, I think that a lot of people would like to come check them out later, but like it's so weird because I don't know. I'm trying to think from my point of view. Would I want like this long ass live stream just to show up in my feed, especially if I'm like looking for other video content? I'm thinking right now I'm gonna put it in a playlist and then leave it unlisted, and maybe I'll test once or twice to see if, you know, if I leave it public or whatever, if that's a big deal. So I think right now it is unlisted. It comes unlisted, but I don't think I have an easy way for you to find it. So I might put it on the front page of the channel, make it easy, make it a playlist so you can find them and watch them on whenever you want if you miss it. So maybe we'll try that first and see what happens. And then maybe, just maybe, I'll try you know, make it like published public. And when I say published public, there's a difference between unlisted. So unlisted means it's public, you can watch it, but it doesn't go to your subscriber feed. I'm very conscientious about the subscriber feed of people here because I watch a lot of YouTube and I treat my subscriber feed like God, and I don't like stuff that I don't want. Okay, let's just say not stuff I don't want, but stuff that maybe I just won't have time to watch. So, you know, I personally watch a lot of 10-minute, 15-minute videos, sometimes 20 minutes videos, and this live stream is like 2 hours. Now, granted, a lot of people watch, like, we got a lot of people who watch the ProBots live stream, and that's like easily 2 hours, 3 hours, but that's like a lot of action. A lot of this is just me talking to you live, and we're like fixing problems. So I don't know, maybe it might be boring if you're just watching it later on, and that, you know, I don't know, maybe that's just how that is. And there's a lot of me figuring out, a lot of me problem solving. I don't know, that might not be exciting for the average viewer on this channel. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. We need to get this working. So we committed that. So if we don't get it working, that's fine, but I'm gonna add this just in case, like, you know, if I get too tired and I get exhausted. I'm not gonna work till I'm exhausted. We're gonna work about 10 more minutes, and then we're gonna say, just in case, fix. Interesting, why is this? I need to make myself better notes because this says I need to fix the ground grid path group to target. Anyways, fix stutter step forward to stutter step back. Okay, we're gonna bring back stutter step back only because I actually want to do it, and then I want to show it to Rasper and get his opinion, and he might actually have a good suggestion for why I am not getting the stutter step forward. All right, John C. I will take that into consideration. That's something to keep in mind. Okay, so let's bring back stutter group back. We'll bring stutter group back into here. We'll go back into stutter group back. We'll bring it back in. I'm going to make the attempt. Bring it back in. So here in the stutter group back, it actually suggested me to give it the R tags in range attack and then enemy location. You know what? Let's see what Copilot suggested. Let's YOLO it and see if that gives anything. It's not what it might just be stealing it from the other stuff and just mimicking, but who knows? Maybe it knows something that I don't. But we're coming close to the end of this. Yeah, we've been here for a while, and sorry, my emails. And I'm also getting hungry. And when I get hungry, I don't code so well. Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, so I didn't like that. Poo-pooed it. Okay, so let's go back to what we did before. I'm gonna pop that in. We're gonna have that as a baseline. Mainly because, again, I'm gonna share this with Rasper. I'm gonna get him to take a look at it. He's going to, since he knows this better than anybody, obviously, he will be able to get me an idea of what went wrong. So we're gonna restore this back. I'm gonna restore this back to what we were doing before. I guess I could just look at what. Okay, now it's fine. We'll keep going what we're doing. What do you need? So what do you need? You need group tags, group position, squad position, target. Actually, let's declare the target as the enemy start location right now. I don't think that's going to be ideal because what does it mean here when it says 0.2 and then unit? Does that mean is this expecting a target that has a 0.2 per unit? Because it has a target 0.2. Maybe I should ask oh, is it expecting 2? Is it oh, it's expecting a union. It's expecting 2 in the target. It's expecting 2 that's the problem. It's expecting 2 points. It's expecting 2 things to be passed through. Oh. That's it. That's it. All right. So it is the target. We're not getting the target correctly. You know what we can do? Let's actually steal. And I use the word steal lightly. Let's go to Rasper's bot, which is let's grab what is again? Rasper's bot. Let's say What was Rasper's bot called again? Eris. Eris. Where does not Eris, not Phobos. Let's go to Eris. Let's go to the Eris. Let's go to Eris. Let's go to the Eris. Let's go to his. Let's go to the GitHub. Rasper's GitHub. Let's dig in here and see if this random bot example has what we need. Because if we go in here, we find an Eris. It's main.py. Maybe he has a stutter back we can steal. He does have a unit stutter back. Yeah. Oh, but this is not a group. That's not a group stutter back. That's a singular stutter back. This is not group stutter back. That idea seemed like it was such a good idea too. I don't know Python, but my understanding is union means it accepts one of anything in that list. Why don't we ask Copilot? In Python, what is a union? So I have not played with unions. In a Python, a union is a concept from the typing module that allows you to specify what a variable can be of more than one type. This is particularly useful for functions annotations where an argument or return value can be of multiple types. From typing, import union. I don't know, is that right? Define add numbers union equals int float. The union int float. They might be expecting two. I would like to see if a good example if he had it in his Eris bot. But this example does not have group. This is individual. Maybe Phobos will use. Maybe Phobos will use it. I don't know. Let's go back into the. So that's a random example. What else might be it? Not the bot template. Emos? Is it using Python? I mean, is it using? It must be using the Eris framework. So maybe it has something in here that we can use. Any group? No, it's not using any group. This is actually quite empty. There's nothing in Demos. Demos is empty. So Queen bot. This is actually, these are a little old. Which one is the most? Phobos was updated. Ah, Phobos. Maybe Phobos will have something that we can use. Does it have group behaviors? Man, this is huge. It doesn't look like it uses group behaviors. Yeah, Phobos is looking pretty huge here. Yeah, Phobos may not be what we need. What about... maybe there is something in this random example bot. Yeah, this was updated 3 months ago, so I don't think this will keep what we need. Okay. This did not provide us with nourishment. Okay, we might just have to end that here, and then I will have to ask Rasper to give me some insight with the stutter group back and ask about the union. It's probably I have to pass something through it. The target needs to be a certain, can't be this enemy, it can't be this, so this is not going to be it. It's going to be something with, it's going to be the enemy, but I'm going to have to configure it. What if we did this? Let's try this. Let's try something before. So close, say close ground enemy, don't do center. I want you to do something for me, Copilot. I want you to take something. I want to take a look at this. I want to do this. Okay, let's do a Hail Mary here, guys. Let's try a Hail Mary. Let's say, in my, actually, so selection, in my stutter group back, yes, you have caught me, Dyson. I'm notorious for it. When I played Civ, I was always like one more turn, and I constantly overwent that. Let's do this Hail Mary, and then we'll end it here. In my stutter group back, I need to pass. I need for target, or sorry, target equals, target requires, what is it? Target requires, actually, if I give it my workspace, it should probably understand. Requires a union .2 unit. Might be. I'm doing it wrong. What are your suggestions? We just gave me a crap ton of stuff. Okay. And set a group back, instant creation, you're passing the group target enemy as a target. This is a unit object, which is part of the unit object. However, the target permanent in set group back expects a single unit object or a .2 object. If you want to target a specific unit from close group unit, you can select one, for example, target unit equals close ground if enemy unit, else none. Okay. Wait, where did this come from? Where did you get this from? Oh, you created a new variable. Interesting. And then pass target unit to stutter group back. If close ground enemy is empty, target unit will be none. And if you handle this case appropriately in your stutter group class, alternatively, if you want to target the center point of all the okay, let's try these suggestions. They don't seem too bad. Yes, that Copilot is indeed the paid version, $10 a month, and it's the best $10 I have spent, guarantee. Let's add this because I think this might be, I actually might like this to be the case. Now, do we want target unit to be in the for loop? Yeah, let's added into the for loop. Insert at cursor. What's the hotkey for that? Control enter. All right. And then let's actually change. Let's actually change this to target. Could you imagine if this worked? Oh my gosh, guys. Can you imagine this works? I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling lucky. I'm gonna try both these solutions. We'll try the first one, and then we'll try the center of the unit. I'll see what happens. If both of these are a bust, I'm gonna upload it, and then we're going to. Oh no! What happened here? Oh no! Let's pass that problem to Copilot. Oh, that's heartbreaking. We got this error. Terminal selection. You should ensure that the variable ground is defined and assigned in a value before. Did I not? Oh, can it? Oh, maybe he doesn't want to be. Maybe he shouldn't be in the loop. Maybe he shouldn't be in the loop. Oh, I see. Ha! I see. It actually cannot be before I have defined this. So let's try that. Let's try that. Whoops. Let's try again. Yeah, I'm getting hungry. These will be our last tries. Official last tries. Okay, so far so good. Oh no, what happened? What happened? Come on. Okay. We'll pass this to Copilot. See if we can get a bit of a. Oh, is it the ground grid? Maybe it doesn't like the ground grid. Let's see what it says. I got terminal selection. To fix this, you need to check the definition of the study group back class, specifically its method. See if the argument is expected ground is not one of them. You should remove it from the call. If ground grid is supposed to be there, you should add it to the method of the study group class. Maybe okay. Let's remove the ground grid. Because oh crap! It's not ground grid. It's grid. It's grid. It's grid. It's grid. It's not ground grid. Yeah. It's just grid. Okay, let's try this again. Well, good news is it didn't have a problem with target. So maybe this is it. Maybe this is actually it, everybody. See what I mean? This is why maybe someone might not want to watch this VOD. Maybe it's just, you know, me over and over again discovering small mistakes, like instead of grid calling it ground grid, and you know, missing commas and what have you. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Oh no, and then it crashed. But I don't see a problem. I don't see what happened here. I don't see an error. I'm gonna give it to Copilot and see if it sees an error. I don't see an error. I don't see a problem. Okay. So, absolutely, I don't see a problem. I feel like we made a pretty meaningful progress. We're gonna stop here. We're actually gonna put up fix stutter strip group. Okay, so we're gonna actually fix stutter step back. Specifically, target is not working, question mark. Because we don't know if it's target. I think it's target. It might not be target. Who knows? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm getting tired and I'm hungry. And I'm not sad. I really would have liked to solve this today, but it's okay. It's a problem. Like Dyson said, it's a problem for another day. And Dyson might be right. It might be nil. And but you know what? Like all good programming, it's fair to take a break. It's fair to, you know, rest. Let's actually switch to the main screen here. I think it's okay. It's good to take a break. It's good to, like, you know, not overdo it. I always want to promote healthy habits, so I'm not gonna exhaust myself over this problem. I think we made meaningful progress. I'd like to say we made some meaningful progress. I'm gonna actually push this to GitHub. Let's actually push this back to GitHub while we're on here. I'm gonna actually say that's actually too much updated to stutter step back. Not working. We'll say that for now, so we know what this commit is. Stutter, actually, sorry, we need to, let me be a little bit more clear. Stutter group back, not working. Commit that and sync those changes. That way that Rasper can take a look at it. Okay, let's go back to. Okay, so that's assembly for today. Ran an hour overtime. That's okay. You know, you guys know me long enough that I'm always running overtime at this thing. So that's it for today. We'll be back next week, Monday at 5:30 p.m. If you want to join and you want to be actually either the navigator or the pilot, join up with our CodeBot Guild. Be one of the members, and then, heck, we will build a project together. CodeBot Guild, helping you finish your projects, helping you, like, no point in doing it alone. Absolutely, there are a lot of free resources out there. SC2 AI is a great, fantastic Discord. But if you want a little bit more, you want a little bit of accountability to help you get your projects done, ask some questions directly. Here we are. And then even on Fridays, last Friday of the month, we have post bots where we get some of the bot authors together. All bot authors, is a show and tell. All bot authors can come and sort of show what they're working on, talk about things about their bot, and then answer questions around it. Easy peasy. And then obviously me here on Mondays. I'm actually going to see if I can steal another bot author to join me here and work with alongside me so that I have someone to help me put it together. Maybe it'll be Rasper. I'll ask Rasper. We'll see. But it also can be you. I don't have to be the only one coding. We can code together. You can be a pilot or a navigator. You don't have to stay in the mod. Until then, obviously, check out all the stuff here we have on the Probots channel. Subscribe, like, all those beautiful things. You certainly can get access to it. Absolutely. So until next time, I'll see you next week. See you next week, everybody. Have a good night. Good luck. Have fun. Happy coding. Oh, it didn't change.